Oh, sorry about that. I'm kind of standing up. I wanted to talk about. I wanted to actually do a lesson. I wanted to do a discussion about not improv. I'm not going to focus on improv this go around, but I will focus on one of the things I've learned being an actor is it was funny. We were actually talking about it today when I was at work. Instead of going with the actual movie review today, I'm just going to do and impart a little lesson, which is basically about not so much dialect, but enunciation or enunciation is a key in many part of the entertainment fields, especially when you're, acting or singing or something. Basically, where you're using words or speaking rather, or using vocals. So one of the things that I learned to do or was taught to do, especially when I was in high school, was we used to do tongue twisters. So we used to do seashells, seashells by the seashore, which is if you're doing it too fast, you basically just made a mess, which is what I did. So one of the things is you want to start off slow by doing something like that, which is she sells seashells by the seashore. And as you gradually become better, you speed it up. She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. And you can play with that in many different ways. You can do it with accents. You can do it with you can do it high pitch, you can do it low pitch. It's, that's just an example of one of the many tricks of theater that I've been taught, and I still kind of use, and it's one of the vocal warm-ups that I do, aside from, I actually sing a lot. I'm not Luther or Tyrese or anybody, but I sing a lot. So I do a lot of humming, and I do a lot of rhythmic vocalization to get me in the zone. And I usually do a lot of that before I get on stage. I'm not going to do any of that this go around, but I do a lot of that in regards to, and I also practice not just my enunciation, but my projection, which there's a distinct difference between projection and yelling. One of the things that comes to mind is when I was in college choir, when I was in college, I attended a historic black college called Paul Quinn College. And my choir director, Miss Jawanda E. Jordan, was a big component of projecting your voice and not. She always used to sing, you want to sing, not holler. She used to say, I can't sing gospel choirs who do all that yelling. So one of the things that I learned from her, even though we didn't have a specific theater program at Paul Quinn, was that the art of projection is golden. And it was something that I learned, and I don't know if I placed that video up, but it was something my drama teacher taught me in high school. The art of projection. You will always want to be. You may be in a theater, a little theater, or you may be in a place where they don't have great acoustics. So your goal is always to be heard by the person sitting in the very back seat. That's the goal, and you want to be able to do that without mics. You want to be able to do that also without yelling. And simple vocal inflection or projection, which is something I'm studying and will release more videos about, is the key or the art form in which you we're gonna get into that a little bit later on other videos I'm gonna put up. But you wanna vocal inflection, projection, things like that can help save your voice as well, in regards to, especially if you're an actor and you work a regular 9 to 5 where you speak a lot. Like I work a regular 9 to 5 where I'm on the phone, so I use my voice a lot. I probably use my voice more than a normal person. But if you're in a job where you, let's say, are a teacher, or you're, we already as human beings talk a lot. But when you're in a job where it requires you to do so, it's very hard on your voice, so singers and actors, and they utilize their voices more than normal people, especially singers. So you always want to take care of your voice. You always want to talk about, or not talk about, but always want to be in a element that gives you vocal support, and because you never know how long, of course, if you're not a singer, most singers, get to a point where they retire. But in regards to that, it's just you want to be able to be in a zone to where you enunciate, you project, you inflect your voice in a safe way, that you're not damaging your voice, your vocal cords, your lungs, things of that nature that that you need to make a living. So I'm gonna do a couple of videos in regards to that, and just stay tuned for them. And have a good night.